You've seen our unboxing, and now it is time to review MSI thinnest gaming G series notebook. I'm Malaysian from KLGadgetTV, and today we're going to review MSI GS40 6QE notebook. Let's go!
If you look at all the gaming notebooks in the market, you can hardly find one that is smaller than a 15-inch which can offer the same performance specs. The MSI GS40 Phantom, however, sports an NVIDIA GeForce GTX 970M, which is quite a daring thing to do, as MSI would need to make tons of effort to ensure it doesn't overheat on top of supplying enough juice to power it. MSI did make a good choice to use an Intel Core i7-6700HQ, as this CPU is not as power hungry, so it pairs well with the power hungry 970M. On paper, the MSI GS40 is fitted with an i7-6700HQ and GTX 970M as mentioned, and sports 16GB of DDR4 to 133 RAM in dual channel configuration, 128GB of M2 SSD with 1TB of 7200 RPM HDD, all on an Intel HM170 Skylake mainboard. We will talk about its performance in a bit. Now let's take a look at MSI GS40 looks, which is similar to its gaming G series lineup. The lid and inner part of the chassis is made of brushed aluminum with a touch of red chrome accents peppered around it, while the rest of the chassis is of matte plastic. Given how hot the GTX 970M can get, it wouldn't have been wise to make its entire chassis out of metal. Generally, the make of the GS40 is great. Despite weighing a mere 1.8 kg, it does not feel flimsy, cheap or lacking. Connectivity is important, especially with a small notebook such as the GS40. It is quite generous of MSI to offer a variety of ports on this notebook. However, the speakers that are on the front of the notebook produces quite teeny sounds. You would fare better using an external speaker or a good pair of gaming headphones. The MSI GS40 features the usual SteelSeries keyboard Sans numeric keypad. It has a red backlight, and being chiclet styled, the feedback is shallow as one would expect. Despite that, key travel is pretty good, but if you're a hard hitter, you might find the keyboard a little bouncy when applying too much pressure. As for the touchpad, it is pretty responsive and precise, and even recognizes gestures even at the edges. For instance, you can scroll on the browser just by gliding your finger up and down the edge of the touchpad. Now let's move on to the million-dollar question. How is the performance like? With a combination of some pretty great specs, it was a rather smooth and uneventful experience. Combined with Windows 10 Home Edition preloaded into the machine, apps were launched quick and easy with almost no lag. How about gaming? Well, we tested a few graphic-heavy games such as Witcher 3, Rise of the Tomb Raider and Metal Gear Solid 5, and graphically wise, there wasn't any problems even when casting it on an external monitor or even a projector. We ran The Witcher 3 at high settings and native display resolution without any snags, although it choked a little on ultra settings. With that, you can expect to be prepared for most games thrown at you this year. As for noise emissions, thankfully the GS40 did not sound like a vacuum cleaner, which can prove to be pretty embarrassing if using it outdoors. The fan is generally quiet, however at really high speeds you can hear this random loud whining when running on a balanced mode, probably to dissipate heat buildup every now and then. Heat dissipation is decent, and even playing at full load, palms and fingers do not get scorched, although you really shouldn't be playing games with it on your lap to avoid burning up precious jewels. With all this performance, how does the battery hold up? Generally, the GS40 doesn't consume as much power as other gaming notebooks, and battery life is reasonable, lasting for about 1 hour on maximum load. If you're just surfing and doing productivity work, it should last even longer for about 4 to 5 hours. This is quite good considering the fact that the GS40 comes with pretty powerful specs. So after a thorough experience with the MSI GS40 Phantom, what do we think? Generally, this little machine is quite a well-balanced notebook which offers performance and portability. It can manage demanding games relatively well, and with decent battery life and great display, there is almost no complaints when it comes to our impression of the MSI GS40. With the price tag of 8499 ringgit and 2 years warranty, you can't find a 14-inch gaming notebook of this caliber anywhere else in the market for now. Thanks for watching our review. Don't forget to subscribe to KL Gadget Guy on social media, subscribe to our channel, like this video and comment anything below. The usual la-di-da. So till the next video, this is Alicia signing off. Ta-ta!